Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, as you might know, the Honeyback Harvester mount was data mined way back. In fact, it was during the beta version of Battle for Azeroth, but it's finally being added in patch 8.2.5. So today guys, I will guide you on how you can get your hands on the B mount. Well, that is as long as you're playing as an alliance, because unfortunately Horde won't be able to get it. Now, first things first, to get the Harvester mount you will need to get the bumblebee pet first, so guys, if you already have it, feel free to skip this part of the guide, and if you don't worry about it, I will guide you through the achievement called Let's Be Friends so you can obtain the pet. Now, the first step of the Let's Be Friends achievement requires you to finish all the Meadery side quests in Stormsong Valley. If you're unsure whether or not you have completed the side quest, you can run a simple script that I will leave in the description below. When you run the script, it will come back with a true or a false statement. If it comes back true, that means that you are good to go, and if it comes back false, that means that you still have some side quests to do. Now, in case you don't really remember where you left off with the side quest, you can simply visit one of the following NPCs: Mildenhall in the basement, Raymond in the cave, Sam Robinson or a lost farmer, and see if one of them has a quest for you. Step 2 requires you to farm an item called the Annealed Honey Amulet. Now, there are a couple of different places where you can farm it, but personally I found the best spot to be right outside of the basement. You farm the amulet by killing the bubbling meat and the flowing honey NPCs just outside of the basement. So I would recommend you to use this location because you can pull a ton of mobs and just AoE them down and hopefully get the item in a timely manner. Personally, it took me about 30 minutes to get because the drop rate is kinda low, but don't give up, you will get it eventually. Step 3 requires you to find an NPC called Rosaline Mildenhall who's located in Borealis. Just be aware that she's not that easy to find since she can be in a couple of different locations, so I would recommend you to make a target macro and spam it while you're flying over the different locations. This should make it a bit easier for you. There are 4 different locations where she can be found. First one you can check out is near the flight pad at Marina's Row, and if she isn't there, then go ahead and look at the second location, the Goldman's Cafe. If you don't find her grabbing a drink at the cafe, check out the third location, which is kinda inaccessible, so you will have to use a target macro and your interact key to talk to her. If you're still out of luck guys, then you will definitely find her at the 4th and final location, which is at the Scribes and Nobles. Once you have found her, she will give you a letter that you have to deliver back at the farm. Step 5 requires you to complete a quest called Bumblebee. It's a pretty simple quest, you just have to loot a secret ingredient and turn in the quest. When you're done with it, a daily quest called Let's Be Friends will be available. And this is actually the quest that you have to finish 7 times in total to get the achievement. This quest is actually pretty simple as well. You just have to collect 8 honey slimes from the mobs outside of the basement, then click the vial and target the bee and use the quest item. And that's it. I mean, you just have to finish the daily quest for 7 days and then check your mailbox where your brand new pet will be. That's the first part of the guide. And without the pet, you won't actually be able to get the mount, so make sure to get it before you continue. Now, if you have the pet, let's move on to the second part of the guide. So step 1 requires you to talk to an NPC called Barry who's located at the Mildenhall farm, but he won't talk to you unless you have the bumblebee pet. So now you will have to summon the pet in front of him to trigger a dialogue and then continue the quest line. Now once the pet is summoned, he will start talking about a nearby hive and eventually summon some green glowing puddles on the ground, which you will have to follow all the way to Breakwater Summit. Upon arriving, you will be stopped by the hive mother who's defending her territory, but luckily for you, Barry helps you out and suggests to you that you find some tin jellies from one of the jello deposits to calm down the hive mother. Unfortunately, she doesn't seem very happy with the offering, so Barry has to talk to her once again. And after some dialogue between Barry and the hive mother, you will finally be able to enter the hatchery and start gaining a reputation with this new faction. Now, the way you gain reputation with this new faction is by turning in tin jellies that can be found around Stormsong Valley. They will give you 7 reputation each, so it's gonna take you some time to reach Exalted, but once you do, you will get a quest called Leaving the Hive Harvester, which will then reward you with the Honeyback Harvester mount. And yeah guys, that's it. This is how you get the long awaited B mount in patch 8.2.5. Anyways, that's it for this guide. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video as well. Take care.